Welcome to the MCPS Spotlight. MCPS security teams are central to our school communities. Doug Skeel, the supervisor in the Department of School Safety and Security, joins us today to describe some of the work that's going on every day to keep our students, staff, and buildings safe. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Boyne. I appreciate that.
So what is the mission of the Department of School Safety and Security?
Our mission is pretty straightforward. We want to ensure a safe and secure school learning environment for not only for our students, but for our staff and for any visitors going to be in the building as well.
But we're talking 202 schools, dozens of buildings, and 156,000 students. How does this happen?
A lot of hard work from a lot of men and women out there that work school-based security for us. We've got a very comprehensive school security program that centers around being able to build positive relationships with kids. And, you know, that may sound a little cliche because I know that comes up a lot, but to be honest with you, to us is such an important focus in how we do that. And it doesn't happen overnight. It's something that we have to work at. Because we want to build the trust with the students so that they're sharing information with us. Very critical.
So in building that trust, what does a typical day look like for a security team at any of our schools?
So our security teams average usually 4 or 5 security personnel that work at the school. They are in a fairly unique situation to work with these kids, often one-on-one, unique in a way that's different from, you know, classroom teachers or administrators or counselors, all who are critically important. But our security staff has the ability to interact with kids on a regular basis in the hallways, in the cafeteria. And that's where the process of building that trust comes into play, so that they can feel like they trust somebody that they could come to and share information.
Absolutely. So the monitoring part is just one part of their job. So they're monitoring hallways, they're monitoring the school property, but what else are they doing to ensure the safety of students and staff?
And those things are all important. Monitoring, access control, and making sure that our physical security infrastructure is up and running, critically important as well. But it does come down to mentoring and those kinds of things, and you know, just to be able to be there when a kid needs you, needs somebody to talk to, or if a kid's concerned about their safety or somebody else's safety, they can share that information with you, because many of the studies that have come out after some of these tragic school incidents that we've had over the last 20-25 years showed that there were quite possibly other kids at the school that may have known something was going to happen, but they didn't share the information. And that could be for a number of reasons. It could be out of fear, but it also could be because they didn't feel like they had somebody to go to.
So in the case of emergency situations, how are our security teams prepared to respond and to ensure that the building is safe?
You know, when we look back and we think of one very significant incident that changed the way that we prepare ourselves in schools, often that line of demarcation is going to be Columbine. We think about that tragic incident that happened in 1999. As a result of that, our school system, and of course school systems all around the country, begin to take a close look at their emergency preparedness program. So at that point, we really kind of renovated our training program. All of our school-based security personnel very much involved in conducting scenario-based drills that address lockdown and address shelter in place. And we even prepare for things like weather-related emergencies, and now even earthquake drills, since we had our earthquake a number of years ago. So we do train our security personnel in not only those things, but we also talk to them in biannual trainings about gang awareness and narcotic recognition, and we have to look at how we do threat assessments at school. So it has become enormously more comprehensive. So our school-based folks really do have to be prepared to deal with any number of different aspects of daily life now. And so we take it very seriously on our training, and our school-based folks are very much involved in that.
Well, it's certainly very important work that's going on in our schools, and we thank you for joining us today. And we'll see you next time on MCPS Spotlight.